Assalamu alaikum. Hi, Oracle Reiki Spiritual Healer. And as we go forward with the leadership, we want to make sure that we are prepared. We want to make sure that we are prepared in our lives for the things that we are seeing. We are under attack as Black people, and a lot of the Black women, their professions have become under attack. So what that means is the negative energy that we have been cleansing from ourselves with our full moon cleanses, with our cleanses overall, for you guys who have been reaching out to me for those progressive cleanses. These are retaliations that this entity is setting up on us for being awake, for cleansing those attacks off of our hearts and minds, so that we have clarity, so that we know that it's not our people that's creating these attacks upon Black men and Black women. It has always been those who are the colonizers. So they have decided to attack women even more, and those who, maintain those professional spaces in society, in business, those spaces that a lot of our people have gotten degrees for: teachers, practitioners, nurse practitioners. Those types of jobs are going to be removed from the professional guidelines of society by July 2025. So they're making sure that these women who have these degrees, who they have offered these degrees to, will no longer have a space in society. They will be able to pay them the less that they can, and they want them to be reliant upon the system. This is going to cause many of you homelessness, and this is why I'm preparing you for that right now. So as long as you have these professions, then we need to make sure that we recognize those professional expertise in our community. This is the same thing that I had to do, when I retired at 35. I had to go into other fields where the people needed me, and we're definitely in need of the people, those of you who can put together a marketing strategy for our people so that we can give birth at home, a midwife, nurse practitioners, if you know how to take care of the people who are diabetic, mentally challenged, physically challenged. This is how I had to apply my skills to our community. Please come up with a marketing strategy before July 2025 and pitch it to our people. All of you who are school teachers, for you people who want to teach your children at home, I believe a group of you could get together. And whether you're teaching your children from a basement or from a garage, a group of us can get together and we can move around these types of attacks upon our women. We can put together a payment plan so that we can pay an individual who is marketing themselves to us in our homes. And like I say, I always like to pay people in my home for certain, for certain businesses, for certain services that they carry out for me. Again, I paid a person for 20 years. I like the same person. I like to see the same person. I like to be comfortable with the same person. I also had, men that work for me outside, digging up, things, taking care of the dog for me, going to the store for me, getting the heavy stuff, the candy lady stuff that I couldn't carry, those big cases of fries. I had my nephew. When I didn't have him, then I hired somebody. These are the types of things they would build things for me. So these are the types of professional people that we want to be able to hire in our community. And I'm giving you, this strategy rent-free for those of you who are going to be ousted from the professional side Now you can decide your own payment amount. You can, put your own payment strategy into play. You can run your own business. You can market it. Please reach out to me so that we can, help you to market this and, make it a strategy for you and make it grow in your life. We don't want to wait for them to do whatever they're going to do to us so that we are losing our homes, so that we're losing our 401ks. It's not working for us anyway. So that we're losing our cars, so that we have to find out ulterior means for our family. Again, we're going to make sure that those rooms that we have, those of us who own our houses, and some of us who don't own our houses, some of us, we can take those rooms and make them into learning areas. We can make them into those homes, those people that can a rental home for us to make money for us. We are going to use what God has given us in order to sustain us and sustain others in society, because we want to make sure our brothers and sisters are educated. Those teachers, I cannot say it enough. And, I will have more of the professions. I just seen some of the professions that they're taking off the professional market, that they're uncertifying you for in society. And I will put more of those this weekend and this week that's coming, so that we can work together to see what our people need in the community and how much can they afford to pay a person to come in and teach their children, proper, proper etiquette in the home. And as from what we've seen this week, some of our chosen one children definitely need proper etiquette. Some of the parents need proper etiquette in behavior, conduct. Okay, so these are the understandings that we are getting from this leadership, that our women are under attack. And a lot of, the men, the warlocks who have been sending out this frequency, like I say, a lot of them have to step up. That $40,000 a year is going to only be able to sustain you and you. Probably your child, but you will not be able to help those people who are making more than that in these professions. You will be able to sustain your children. You will not be able to do what you want to do anymore in women's lives. They are going to demand more from you. They're going to demand, like my husband. He was doing brick mason and landscaping because he had to have that second job in order to take care of, his bills and take care of the person that's in his life. So, and that is, just the small portion of what's going on with our chosen one, men and women. So as we relinquish ourselves from these behaviors and we start to pick up our own businesses, that means that we rely on, our chosen one men in order to keep us going, in order to keep the family going, in order to make sure that we have shoes, clothing, water, the bills are paid. And there's no room for anything else, hanging out, buying, brand new Jordans, buying, it's some sunglasses that I like, and I forgot the name of those sunglasses. Oh, I love those sunglasses. But it's some sunglasses that are $400. that you will not be able to go and purchase those high-end, those high-dollar clothing or apparel that is overpriced. That this is why they have been showing you these things are overpriced. Men or women, you're not able to go to Amazon every day. Women, you're not able to buy hair and nails every day. You're not able to compete with the Joneses in society. Yeah. So we want to make sure that we are praying against anything that we don't need, anything that we can, turn off in our life, that we can stop doing those bad habits, those conducts and behavior that are against each other. We have to rely on each other. We have to unify with each other. And the going back and forth, saying what other people have pitted you against your own people to say, men, is not going to work for you. It's not going to work for you, bringing the less that you can and bringing bad behavior to the conduct, your conduct to the table when, we're doing the best that we can for our children to sustain the children from our end. So we want to make sure that not being educated is not a part of this. We're going to have to educate our children. We're going to have babies. We're going to have certain things. And this is where our men come in to sustain the household. If they cannot sustain the household, then we are back to a point until we get our business into that 5-year mark. We are going to rely on the chosen one men, the ones who are not chauvinists, the ones who are in these same predicaments as us, as losing, their accreditations in society with these people who are taking away these business professionals out of service in society. Men and women. So as we unify, this is what unifying looks like. We rely on the stronger vessel. God has given us the stronger vessel, not to, harm the situation, but to uplift us. So this is what we do. And we certainly seen those stronger vessels come out in Chicago when those children were jumping on a grown person. So we know that they are there for our support, for our help, that we should have been relying on our men instead of being controlled by the religious entities that have been inserted in our society for our women and men to be against each other. These types of tactics that, have been given to women as well, because I see a lot of hate talks against men online, especially on TikTok. So we have to make sure that we have an understanding that we can cleanse this negative energy. And as we continue to cleanse this negative energy, this entity will certainly attack us at our very core by stripping us of things that we have worked hard to get these kinds of certifications in society. So this is what I mean to you, chosen one, men and women. These are not your jobs. These are not your spaces. We are acclimating to our own people. You can reach out to me in the description below in order to do so. Men or women, it doesn't matter who you are. And I can give you some great marketing strategies for you to move forward in your position. Please like, share, and subscribe to me. Book your one-on-one session so I can acclimate a gift and send it to your front door for your situation. Please leave a comment for me. Donate to this page. Like, share, and subscribe. Book your one-on-one life coaching sessions or your video chat sessions. I'm High Oracle, Reiki spiritual healer. Assalamu alaikum.